How's it going, everyone? My name is Joseph Mullen, and this is my presentation on a engineering ethical dilemma I faced involving a drone navigation software. Throughout this presentation, I'll walk you through the steps I took in my thought process and the results and my outcome afterward. Ethical dilemma. So, the dilemma I faced in this was a technical flaw in the drone navigation software where essentially in bad weather conditions the drone would fail, causing it to crash. This could be leading to property damage, injury, or even death. And if I were to fix this issue, it would delay the launch of the drone by 6 months, and it would also cost the company millions of dollars. My manager says that this issue was not, it was too rare for it to happen, and it wasn't worth delaying the launch. So it put me in a bit of a pickle with what I wanted to do. So my stance. I believe that the ethically correct decision was to delay the launch of the drone. While the flaw might not even occur at all, even if it were to occur one time and hit someone or kill someone or maim someone, the consequences for that would be severe. And as an engineer, I have a duty to protect the public from harm, and letting this go before delaying it to fix the flaw would not be protecting the public, and it would not be it would be putting profits over people's well-being. So the ethical justification. So my stance is supported by the National Society of Professional Engineers Code of Ethics, which states that engineers must hold paramount the safety, health, and welfare of the public. Ignoring this flaw would have violated that core principle. And another thing I was looking at was the Boeing 737 MAX tragedy, where a minor flaw essentially that was ignored and not brought up enough led to 2 airplanes crashing and the deaths of 346 people. So it just shows how small decisions can have a big consequence. Who is affected? So obviously the public is going to be the people who are most affected in this situation. If someone were to have their property damaged, if someone were to get injured or killed by a drone that malfunctions, that would be incredibly terrible. The company also could be affected, having to pay lawsuits, having to pay damages and property. There could be legal issues or irreversible damage to their reputation. So the company is also at risk. And I myself, as an engineer, the more responsibility I have. If I were to not let this issue go up and someone were to get injured because of that, the mental toll that would have on me would probably be very bad. What I learned. So I kind of learned that ethical dilemmas are not very clear cut. You have many competing pressures. You have your personal integrity, you have, the business goals and your loyalty to the business. But what you really need in these situations are moral courage. You need the courage to speak out and stand up and speak out to your superiors or the people in a leadership position and let them know a flaw or what's going on in the situation. I learned that safety is also one of the core concepts of engineering, and it's not just something that you check off or and to kind of put to the side. It's one of the main pillars of engineering. Skills gained and gaps. So some of the skills I gained during this experience were how to recognize ethical issues early on and how to apply those ethical frameworks to those certain issues. I got better at evaluating the consequences of these issues as well, but I also, there's also some things that I need to work on myself. So I wanted to gain more confidence in myself and ability to speak up, and more confidence in myself to question people in leadership positions if there's an ethical issue going on. The long-term impact. So this experience kind of changed how I think about my career. I think moving forward, I'm definitely going to advocate for safety, even when it's not the most popular decision. I kind of learned that ethical thinking is not very optional. It's more something that needs to be kind of woven into your brain and woven into every decision that you make as an engineer. Moving forward, I learned that every small decision can have a major consequence. So even just bringing up like a small issue to your boss could have a major consequence. and the big picture. So, when engineers make ethical decisions, it doesn't just protect the public, it also can influence a company's values and change. So, if you were to start to speak up about a leader, to speak up to a leadership position, another engineer could have the courage to do so as well about another issue, and it could spark this change in the culture of the company. Um, I now see myself as someone who can ethically lead and encourage integrity in the workplace. And that is all. Thank you.